morning. My name is Hilda and I'm very excited meeting you all today. I'm the Director of Greenhouse Program and Horticultural Therapy Services with the Horticultural Society of New York. And I'm excited today to show you two of my favorite herbs. And one of them is calendula. So we're going to start with calendula. And I'll tell you a little bit about my own story with calendula, and I'm also going to show you two recipes with calendula. And before we're going to start doing recipes and talk some more about this plant, we're going to a walk in the garden. We are in our kitchen garden now at our education center at Riverbank State Park. And for our calendula recipe, we are going to make a fresh mixed garden tea. And that's something I grew up with. I remember from my childhood that we were outside in our garden and we just went picking, casually snipping here and there, and then we threw it all in a tea pot upstairs. And that's what we're going to do today. And I'll speak a little bit more about calendula when we are back inside. But calendula was a part of it, and we already have that inside. So now I'm just snipping other things, and then we make a tea. So we are looking around here, what's there, and I'm seeing sage. So I'm going to take a sprig of sage, 2 sprigs of sage, and I'm going to take this beautiful variegated oregano, and we are going on, and just because it's so pretty, see, this is the mixed aspect of it. We are going to take a few lavender flowers also because that will look nice in the tea. And what else do we see here? I'm seeing lemon verbena. That's going to be delicious. We're going to take a piece of lemon verbena. And I'm looking for rosemary. Let's see, oh there is, let's go on a little bit, look for the rosemary. See, and that's nice, that I always enjoyed that. And as a child, I probably didn't understand how beautiful that was. But just collect random things and then brew them into a tea later on. That was something we had for dinner often as I grew up. And now we are in our children's learning garden, and I'm just strolling around and enjoying all these beautiful crops that are growing. And what I'm seeing here, what I also want for the tea, is mint. Here is beautiful mint. Bees love it. And I'm going to take a few sprigs of mint with the flower, just because I like the look of that in the tea. And then I've spotted rosemary over there. And on the way to the rosemary, look at this wonderful echinacea. I'm going to take an echinacea flower for the tea. And here is rosemary. We're going to put a piece of rosemary in it. Well, this is a big piece, but we'll take it. And what else we have here? I'm going to take a little bit more mint. This has a slightly different flavor. Okay, that's it. There's our tea. This is our bowl with anything that I want to add to the calendula in the tea. All right, we're back inside here with our strainer full of colorful things from the garden, from a leisurely garden walk. And I did not pick them according to what they might be good for. So there are many healing herbs in there, and we are not looking at that for this recipe. We just, right now we were just walking around and picking things that are pretty and can go into a colorful leisurely garden stroll tea. And so I'm putting that together now. This will be our teapot, so you can see how that looks when the water gets added. We have all kinds of things. It's a very hot day. See, they already hang a little bit. So I'm just throwing that in there, wildly mixed. We have the echinacea, and all that can go in there. And then, of course, because we look at calendula today, we're going to add a few calendula flowers. I'm going to just snip some of this bouquet here and add them. And they will float nicely in the tea later on. And I recall when we made those teas, I felt a mix of really being proud of having such a beautiful tea and thinking maybe we are a little bit weird because we have these flowers in the tea. And my friends didn't all have that, so it was something unusual. And now this is something I love very much doing, and I think it's really pretty. I'm going to put the water on and put that tea together, and then I tell you a bit more about calendula. I would like to show you this here. If you don't have fresh calendula like we have here in the bouquet, you can also buy calendula dried, and it comes either as full flower head or also just as petals. And I actually use quite a bit of calendula. I do use it for tea, like we have seen earlier, but I also use it for cosmetics. I make hand cream with it and lotion. And calendula has a really, really long history as a medicinal plant and as a food plant. I want to show you this here in my herbal book. We're going to look at this drawing of a calendula here. And I want to read the quote to you that goes with the drawing. The quote is from William Turner from 1551, and he says, "Some use it to make their hair yellow, not being content with the color." So calendula is also contains dye, and it can be used to dye food or apparently also hair. And aside from that, calendula has long been described as medicinal plant, both internally. It helps with inflammation, with digestion. It's good for the liver. It's a liver tonic and helps flush toxins out. And it also is very good for the skin. So calendula helps with chapped skin. And I think you can hear I'm from Germany, and we use it in baby products. Nearly all baby products have calendula in it because it helps with diaper rash, and it also helps, like for us gardeners, when we have chapped skin or chapped cuticles. Calendula is wonderful. For the feet, it's wonderful. And then it helps treat burn injuries. German hospitals use it for burn victims, and it helps with the development of scar tissue.